I'm Dave Chaffey. I work for smartinsights.com. We're a learning resource for marketing, focusing on digital marketing, planning and strategy. We provide templates for our members to create actionable marketing plans. We're a global business, and we have our members in over 80 countries. So our templates, we use this race planning framework which works across industries. But what we found since we launched the service, we've got 100,000 members, but there are some sectors that it's particularly popular with. So for example, business to business marketers, retail. Around a third of our members are agencies who are looking at improving they're becoming digital agencies, or they're improving their processes for how they deliver digital marketing to clients. So it's really diverse. Charities as well, but we do offer tailored content for each of those verticals. I think you always have your leaders in any sectors with the pure plays, the online players are often more nimble because they don't have the legacy systems or processes, ways of working. So what we were actually looking at when I was presenting at the event, we were looking at capability models. So we asked people to review on a scale of 5 where you're at, where 5 is digital nirvana, where you've got that perfect digital marketing, content marketing, social media marketing machine. And around 10% of businesses will rate themselves at 5 out of 5, and these are the guys to watch, to learn from, really. But the vast bulk of companies are really behind the curve. So we saw that around let's say half of businesses don't have a digital strategy at all, which is really quite shocking. And that goes across sectors, I think, other than with in some competitive sectors you have to act to stay in business. So retail would be an example of that. They tend to be more advanced than, let's say, business to business marketing, because that's often a relationship sale. You can actually afford to be less good at digital marketing in B2B. But of course there's big opportunities if you don't big opportunities being missed if you don't have a digital strategy or plan, and for sure your competitors are going to be generating more leads, quality leads than you are. It's an interesting question, the timescale of how people manage digital. For the very smallest business, I think they're at an advantage because they can hire the right people to work on the techniques that will work for them. So with small business, online PR, social media, SEO, if you can get those tactics right to build reach, and then you've got a good, you set up a good experience on the site to convert people to lead. We've seen some startup businesses do fantastically well. An interesting example is Buffer, who are a social media platform where I mentioned them because any marketer can learn so much from them. They publish their whole content, social, digital marketing strategy on the web, and they publish their own KPIs. So I know that at the moment their monthly recurring revenue, for example, is say $445,000, because they've got all that info and insight there. So anyone who is in that sort of startup space, check out Buffer Open and see how they're doing it. So that's the smaller business. For the larger business, at the event this year, we ran a leadership program. So TFM&A invited larger businesses to attend that, and we were talking about the timescale, the roadmap, and you do need that longer term view, just because if you're implementing the right technology to support digital marketing today, it's a major commitment, and integrating those systems can take years rather than months. So some businesses there will have, we were discussing one example, they had a 5-year look ahead, 3-year look ahead, and then they're looking at 90-day planning as well. So very different from a small business where they're probably just thinking about today or this week. And in fact, we asked in the research what your look ahead is. Many businesses do just look at the current campaign only. So depending on the size of business, you've got to get a practical scale of managing it. Mobile first, I've heard that term a lot, and I actually dislike it because I think it simplifies the situation, and it can end up with businesses losing sales because it's oversimplistic. I think with marketing sometimes we have a tick box mentality, and when we've seen everyone adopting mobile, and it's undoubtedly crucially important now to build a mobile experience. I was saying in the talk, we're at this tipping point now. We passed it last year. We saw John Lewis was an example I mentioned, where they now get more than half of their visits on mobile, on smartphone and tablet. But saying, yes, we've built a responsive site, that's over-simplistic, and going mobile first is a problem because a lot of people will still be using their desktop platforms, and the research shows that in retail, say, around a third of people are on desktop only, and you've got this mixed people are using multi-channel, they're using mobile, smartphone, tablet together, and you need to work out the best platform for each channel. And one good example to take a look at there, we talked about Lufthansa, where if you're at the airport and you're on a smartphone, it's a different experience to on the desktop, and that's what we call an adaptive design. So really quite different from a responsive, where everyone gets the same content, messaging, albeit with a different layout. And another good example would be AO.com, the pure play retailer. If you look at their smartphone site as against their desktop, it's really quite a different experience, and they have teams dedicated to building an experience that works on that platform. And so that's why I think mobile first is just too simple. Adaptive web design, UX is the way forward, I think.